go. Let's move over to Fast and the Furious, man. How did you wind up catching that gig?
So, John Singleton, may he rest in power. When I was on tour with Eminem, I believe this is like 2002, 2003, John Singleton asked me to try out for that role. And I had to put myself on tape. I was backstage, 20 minutes about to go on stage, on tour with Eminem. And I remember reading the lines and trying to get it right. Sent it to John Singleton. He hit me back the next day and said I got the part. That's literally how the whole thing started. And from there, man, it was just like I loved the part. Obviously, doing Too Fast, Too Furious role, it wasn't too far of a stretch from who the hell I already am. So that was a great transition of me being able just to learn the basics and the fundamentals of, performing while people are staring you in your damn grill, giving you direction on how to act.
How much time did that take up? When you do a blockbuster film like that, how much of your time does it take up? Do you have to go there, stay there? How does it work? Because we look at the final product, so we don't know.
Yeah, it depends. Like if it's a huge budgeted movie, it's probably anywhere between 3 to 6 months, man. And then if you have, Tyler Perry is around here doing movies in 2 weeks. It just depends on all the settings, the locations, how many people are involved. I believe Friday was made pretty quick because they were within 2 or 3 locations, and that was genius. So F. Gary Gray, Ice Cube, and everybody involved. It just depends. Everything depends.
But when you do the Fast and the Furious, how long are you on set?
When I do the Fast and the Furious, okay, I'm sorry. How long am I on set? It's probably 12-hour days, something like that. And it depends. Like if you doing day shoots, you got to be there at 6 in the morning. You leave around 6 at night when the sun is about to go down. You do night shoots, get there at 6 at night. You leave at 6 a.m. when the sun's about to come up. So that's all what it is. That's what it is. Yo, now, did you turn the comments off, bro? I can't see no comments.
You can turn them on. We turn them on.
Oh, I didn't even know you could do that. That's dope.
Yeah, you can turn them on.
People in here too. I didn't even know you could do that. That's dope. Thank you for telling me.
What you do, you push the little 3 buttons where it says comment, and it allows you to turn them on and off, bro. That's how it's done.
See how terrible I am at this? It's crazy.
Yeah, you got to get up on that, man. Because if you don't get up on that, bro, you're gonna feel like Benjamin Franklin. You gotta do that, bro. How much time did you spend with the other actors like Tyrese and Vin Diesel? Did you guys hang out, or was it everybody just kind of went to their separate trailers and that was it?
Oh no, this is a crew that hangs out. Like we are all real, true family and friends. Our kids hang out to each other. When they have birthday parties, we all invite each other over to our houses. Like this is not something we hang out. We go to parties together. Like this is probably why our chemistry on screen is so great. Is because literally we are a family. When we're shooting or when we're not shooting, I just talked to Vin the other day. Like we have conversations all the time. So it's a family.
This is like all of you guys, The Rock, all of you guys. No matter what, did you step in and say, yo, y'all don't need to be fighting with each other like that, or you just stepped away from it?
Yeah, I was kind of behind the scenes a little bit, but that was one of those things where, it's been so much BS and it was so much miscommunication that it's so far in the past. I wouldn't even want to give anybody the opportunity to bring up any negativity because they passed it and everything has moved forward in a very great manner because there's a Fast 10 and stuff coming.
You were in the background. You were in the background kind of smoothing that out.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not going to take credit for it. I'm just telling you I was involved. Like, I definitely was involved a little bit, for sure. You got to be when you got brothers. Yeah.
Now, were you close with Paul Walker? Were you close with him?
Man, listen, me and Paul Walker were probably the closest, where our birthdays are 1 day apart. When you talk about Virgos and how Virgos are in terms of our mentality, personality, how we deal with Hollywood and shit like that, me and this guy were one in the same, 100%. So when you talk about being close, that's probably the one I was closest with.
What was your best memory of him?
Best memory of Paul is just how laid back he was, how carefree he was, how much he didn't want to be involved in the fakeness of Hollywood, man. And he, we throw that word real around a lot. Paul Walker was the realest. He didn't even want to be around the BS. And I'm pretty much the same way. I don't know if you noticed this, Scoop, but you don't see me out too much at nightclubs and doing a bunch of stuff, man. I can't be around the fake shit. I have to surround myself with nothing but greatness and love, man. Love, period.
I'm like that too. Like I only go out to work, and I only notice that when you have something to do, you're out. when you don't have nothing to do, we don't see you, man. Is that the way you've been able to keep your family intact, your life intact, your soul intact?
Well, I'm actually working when I'm not out and about. I'd rather prefer to be working on something, which I have a lot of things coming out right now that I've been working on for years. But yeah, man, that's just who I am. I'm always working on the next thing. And for all of the parents on here, you got to go to kidnation.com and follow @KidNation, because I got this platform that is necessary right now for everybody that's home parenting. I'm sure a lot of y'all already heard me talk about it, but we got 2 videos up on this platform right now. One talking about hygiene and washing your hands, and the other one about everybody getting along because of what's going on right now. From a children's perspective, they don't really understand. So it's hard to talk to them, man. And it's really just trying to make sure we pave the way for the new generation and show them love.
Now you spoke about the Kid Nation platform. How long have you been doing that? And how did that start?
I've been working on this over 10 years, bro. So all the songs that we have coming, all the videos that we have coming, it started just being influenced by my own kids. Cause I was like, I want to make music basically, or have a group of individuals making music that parents love as much as kids. Cause we got a bunch of music that kids love that the parents listen to. And a lot of it is not what kids should necessarily be listening to, but we don't have any music that sounds as good as we love it from our culture, with the beats, with the melodies, with all the current just hitting production that's for kids and by kids. So that's what KidNation.com is all about. Let's go.
100%. 100%. If you're just tuning in, we're talking to Ludacris every night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. I go live through current events news, celebrity interviews like Luda. And listen, if you haven't followed me yet, please do. Next week, I got Diamond D, Swiss Beats, D Nice, will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas, and more. And when you follow me, do not forget to click the notifications so when I put the flyer up with who's going to be on that night, you can get it. So you said that your kids taught you a lot about racism. How could young kids teach you anything? You've lived way more life than them. You've done way more things than them.
Because they lead with love, bro. They lead with love, and sometimes I think we tend to forget that. It's so many distractions in our head, and rightfully so, because everybody's so emotional, so frustrated, so angry, and that's exactly how we should be right now. But in terms of thinking about how do we, the things we doing, voting, making sure we out there doing peaceful protesting, making everything in our lives to try and change it for them, it's also good to have a conversation with them and understand what they're thinking. And so that's why I wanted to do KidNation.com. It's like giving them a voice and trying to hear the innocence and the purity and the honesty and the candidness and all of this stuff. So we all have stuff to learn from each other. That's why I love doing these, because generations can learn from each other.
I agree with you 100%. Have you gone out and protested yourself yet? Or you
absolutely. Yeah, you could. Absolutely. Yeah. And they say that if it's not on the Instagram, then it didn't happen. So you can actually go to my Instagram, and somebody caught a picture of me. I posted it. But obviously I didn't do it for that. I was there to not only learn, not only to obviously do something that I've been fighting for my entire life, because I've been taking care of my community. It's good to start getting some help, but to be right there by everyone's side, giving them confidence if they look up to me, and they know even more they're fighting for a cause if I'm right there with them. So I got to make sure that all the energy is exchanged. They know that I support them, they support me, and we in this together, and we can move mountains as a people individually. We can move mountains together. That's basically what I'm saying.
So I want to ask you, because you not only have you protested, but you went to George Floyd's funeral.
Yep.
You spoke to his family. What was that conversation about?
Man, the conversation was more just listening to them. Obviously, how frustrated they are, how heartbroken they are, them going through the mourning process, and them having an ear to really just, a lot of times we have so much pent up frustration, and we just want to get it all out and have somebody to listen to us. So we were there to listen. And by listening, that only transferred to us how we can go back to our cities and do as much as we can to try and tell them we're going to continue to fight. We're going to continue to make sure that, we honor everything that you guys stand for, that George Floyd stood for. And we're going to try and fix this corrupt system as much as we possibly can. Because if everybody does a little, then that's a lot, period.
Right. What are they looking for in terms of justice? Did you get to tap into their mind with what they're looking for in terms of?
Oh, you don't want to get into that, bro. We talk Yeah, they not only want justice, obviously, for their family member, they want 401 years of justice and then some. And I think we all do. So there you have it.
Well,
Marcus Harvey, I'll see you, bro, in a minute.
That's very deep. What would you say if you could have a one-on-one with the police chief of Minneapolis and the chief of police in New York City? What would you say?
Man, that's a difficult question, man. And you know what, Scoop? I don't have all the answers. I know that there's my mind is going crazy right now on what I would say. I might be at a loss for words because I feel I don't know how to present them. You know, that's a difficult question. You're gonna have to let me think about that and get back to you because I don't have an answer on exactly what I would say to them right there.
You can send me a DM, but just send it to me on the DM. I'll tell you. I've heard all kinds of ideas floated that we not pay taxes because how we paying taxes and letting people brutalize us. I've heard that. I've heard getting people out of office. I've heard getting life insurance policies. I've heard all kinds of different things. What would be the smartest way to end police brutality?
Man, that's not a one answer question. There's so much going on. But like I said earlier, I think that we're doing some of the right things. And I see some changes already happening around the world with some of the laws, but it's the laws. And it's getting individuals, it's definitely getting the bad individuals out of the system and getting accountability. Accountability has a lot to do with it. Accountability is why we're having this conversation. People being able to record and the visible evidence being so clear at this point that no one can deny it. So accountability, making sure we vote for the right people to have accountability in these situations so that these things don't happen. You see people turning their cameras off, and we need accountability on that with the cop cameras. I could go on and on, Scoop. I promise you, but I guarantee I'm still getting answers together, but that's just a few of them that come off the top of my head.
I mean, for me, you have to look at it this way. The police are the only profession in the world where you can do something and you don't have to be accountable. And we have to fix that because how can you brutalize me? How can I pay taxes for you to kill me? How can I actually pay taxes for you to kill me?
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you, man. And I think it seems like it would be easy, those conversations where people are saying, let's just stop paying taxes, but it's not that simple. It ain't that easy.
I know.
And individuals like myself and yourself are the ones they coming to first as soon as we stop paying taxes. So I need you to understand that.
Of course. Sure. My thing is this. A lot of different ideas have been floated out. I just put one idea on my Instagram where a guy said every black person should have life insurance. If we have $500, $600, $1 million worth of life insurance, and if you kill somebody, and you do that on a consistent basis, if all of those people have life insurance, the life insurance company will go lobby and they'll correct it because it's now a financial thing. So there's so many things that you could go over, so many ways that we probably could fix it. But like you said, it's going to take time, and we've got to get the right combination of things to work. Now,
the next time we go live, we'll talk more about solutions. I'm gonna think about all this stuff, so I got you covered.
Think about it. I want to talk to you about, of course, a subject that's very dear to me. I made a list of top 50 MCs. You happen to be on that list.
Oh man, that's phenomenal to know. That's great to know.
You're on that list for delivery, flow, and style. I want to know from you, because you shouted out some of your top 5 MCs in terms of flow. Was that top 5 MCs ever, or was that just top 5 MCs in terms of flow?
I've had numerous conversations with different people on different categories, but I believe you're talking about flow. The last one that just came out that's floating around, it was just flow. It wasn't of all time.
Okay, so let me start by telling you what I have. Okay, I'm gonna go through it. You tell me what you think about the list. You tell me if you think I missed anybody.
Flow
This is lyrics, flow, and impact on hip hop.
Gotcha.
So only 1 through 3 are in order. Everybody else is not in order. Just tell me if you agree. And if you can give me your top five, give me your top five after I run through. Number one is Rakim. Number two is a tie between Kool G Rap and Big Daddy Kane. Number three is LL Cool J. After that, it's in no particular order. Lord Finesse, Nas, Black Thought, Fabulous, Jadakiss, Slick Rick, Fred the Godson, Raekwon and Ghostface Together, Biggie, Jay-Z, Ludacris, Melly Mel, KRS, Lloyd Banks, Big L, Prodigy, Eminem, Drake, Run DMC, Beanie Siegel, Grand Poobah, AZ, Cassidy, Method and Redman, Chuck D, Q-Tip, Lil Wayne, Kool Moe D, Grandmaster Caz, Andre 3000, Kanye West, Bun B, Big Pun, DMX, Inspectah Deck, Joel Ortiz, Busta Rhymes, Kendrick Lamar, Common, Das EFX, J. Cole, Tretch, The Game, EPMD Together, Snoop Dogg, Cameron, Mace, DOC, Papoose, CL Smooth, Lupe Fiasco, Guru from Gangstar, E40, T.I., Mos Def and Talib Kweli, Scarface and Tupac, and T.I.
So let me tell you something. The top three you have in there, I don't think anyone can debate that if they really do their history in hip-hop. When you say Rakim and you say Kool G Rap and LL Cool J, I'm sure you're aware LL Cool J is who made me want to rap. I knew every word of I'm Bad when I was like 9 years old. But if it weren't for those three individuals, a lot of people wouldn't know where they got their style of rap from that came after them. And that's not to disrespect anybody else that's in that same era, but I'm here to let you know I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the list, bro. I'm not mad at all.
Wait, hold on. Somebody made a good point. Fucking Cypress Hill. Be Real from Cypress Hill needs to be on there. Spoonie G. I forgot Special Ed, Salt and Pepper, MC Light, and MC Shan. And then I had a female list of Roxanne Shante, Little Kim, Foxy Brown, Antoinette, MC Light, Queen Latifah, Nicki Minaj, Bahamadia, Rhapsody, Rod Digger, Eve, Lauryn Hill, Nonchalant, Missy Elliott, The Brat, Remy Ma, Sweet Tea, Moni Love, Heather B, and the Lady of Rage. Those are all the people that I think need to be on there. Who would be your top five?
Man, you obviously you had Biggie, Tupac. These are easy for me. Jay-Z. That's three right there. Nas is number four. I would definitely put. See, when you put, I gotta put Scarface. I gotta put Andre 3000 in there. I gotta put myself. That's more than five, but you get a little mixture of a little bit of everything right there.
Here's what I want you to do. I want you to write down your list and just give. You don't have to give it to me in order. Just write down your list of top MCs, and you don't have to write it in order. What I'm about to do is I'm about to do a documentary on this. So I'll call you. I'm gonna come to Atlanta. We'll talk about like lyrics and what you have to do to be a lyricist and delivery and flow and concepts. Like, you know, a lot of your records area codes, concepts. You got to be in the rock area codes. Roll out. You got to know how to put songs together. Being a great MC is it's lyrics, but it's also can you put concepts together?
It's everything, man. It's like being an MVP in basketball. You got to know how to do everything. You can't just slam dunk all the time. So I'm all the way with you, bro. And the good thing about that list is some people, it's still subject to change. You can still, some people can get moved up further if they continue pushing on and continue making records and continue. Like I just put out the Silence of the Lambs record with Lil Wayne, and people thought that I was just only about movies right now, man. Let me tell you something. I'm still out here as hungry as ever. So make sure y'all listen to that damn Silence of the Lambs streaming on all platforms. Black History, Black Lives Matter playlist on everything. And then make sure you go to kidnation.com. Scoop, I appreciate you, man. It's been long overdue. So we got to get back together on these lists. I'm gonna get to this party in a minute, maybe holler at a few people, but I love you, bro, and I appreciate your contribution and everything that you do. Get insurance on your voice immediately. Your voice needs insurance. You got the power voice.
Listen, I have insurance on my voice. I had to go do that. You know I'm on top of that, brother. We'll talk later. Be safe, bro. Be safe.
Love, man. Peace.
Peace. That's Ludacris right there. Fatman Scoop.